Historically, Baofeng radios have had a big problem with the volume knob. This volume knob is really easy to turn, and for a lot of users, that's not something that's a big issue because they just put it on their desk and don't touch it. But for anyone who actually uses this for serious purposes out in the field or puts it on their kit, that volume knob is going to become a nuisance really quick because making it so easy to turn is a problem. It can be turned way too high or way too low without you even noticing. Just a bump will send that volume knob flying in the wrong direction. If it turns way too loud, that's going to mean that anything on this radio is going to be way louder than you want, give away your position. And if it turns too low, you won't be hearing what's happening, or it can even turn your radio off. And you're not going to notice that because it doesn't tell you. There's a little click in the actual mechanics of the knob, but that's not going to tell you anything. There's no beep that comes out. You're not going to notice it until you think back and think, gee, I haven't heard anything in a long time. I wonder if my radio ran out of battery. Nope, it's your radio actually being turned off without you knowing. There's a few solutions out there that people have made to this problem to fix it. It's a well-known issue. I wish Baofeng did something to fix it, but they haven't. There's covers out there that prevent you from turning this accidentally. But the problem with those is you need to be in a very specific angle to turn them. And if you have this radio inside of a pouch, chances are it's going to be a little bit harder to do that. You might have to take it out of the pouch or orient it a specific way that doesn't fit your needs. It's much better to have a robust solution that doesn't actually add anything, just changes the actual function of the knob itself. That's why we have the volume knob rings. These little O-rings are perfectly sized to fit around the volume knob, and they add just enough friction to prevent it from being bumped accidentally. It's not going to be so hard to turn that you need a wrench to turn it, and it's not going to be so easy that you can bump it. It just adds the perfect amount of friction, so you actually have to intentionally turn it for it to move. These are super inexpensive as well, so I throw them on every single one of my radios. It also helps that I sell them, so I have a ridiculous amount of these, but the link to them is in the bio. It's one of the accessories I recommend for everybody who actually uses a Baofeng radio. Again, if you just have this sitting on your desk and nothing has a risk of bumping this at all, no worries, then you don't need one. It's not in your use case. But if you're putting this in a pouch or using it outside or in any condition where that volume knob might accidentally get bumped, that's an issue. You're going to need to take care of it. So here you can see I'm turning it. That's the actual pressure I'm putting on it. If I just bump it like this, it's not going to turn. There it turned, I clamped down harder. It's hard to explain how this actually works over a camera. I can't really show you the force that I'm putting on it, but it's not the typical bump of a standard radio, and it's not so hard that it's impossible to turn. I am still able to turn it, but I do have to put direct pressure on the radio itself. So anyways, that's the idea behind the volume knob ring. The link to these is going to be in the bio. If you got any more things you need solutions for on the Baofeng radio, let me know in the comments. There are still a couple problems with this radio that need to be solved. We're working on a few of them right now, but let me know if there's anything else you want to solve for your specific use case. See you guys in the next video.